Did you ever see that episode of Guinness World Records about that lady in that village who used her tongue to get stuff out of people's eyeballs?
I'm not doing that for you, buddy. I am not doing it.
Patrick, I thought we were friends.
I'm not doing it.
God.
All right. Let's start this show.
Lick my eye.
No.
Yes.
Lick my eye.
Lick it.
All right, clear. Welcome home, Raiders. Tonight, there is so much to do now. So very, very much. And I don't know where to start. But at least I have my pants on still. Maybe that's unfortunate. Not sure. As Convert to Raid presents the Battlenet News! Everybody, welcome to the show. How's it going? Yes, I still have my pants on. It's true. From the CTR Command Post in Sacramento, California, today is June 25th, almost at the end of June already. And it's now 7:18 in the PM Pacific time. Thanks for joining us from all around the world of Warcraft and beyond. My name is Pat Krane. I am your host, and there's one player with us returning again tonight from Lagging Balls. It's Thyst. Hello, Thyst.
What do you mean returning? I never left.
No, you left.
Waiting for the next episode. Left. I'm just sitting here.
Well, yes, since last episode. But yeah, I mean, you left. You went to Australia. You had all your little fun with your MDI buddies and your cool kids over there in Australia. And now you're back for a second week. Welcome back.
Thank you. Also, nobody believes that you're still wearing pants.
No, I can't transmog out of them. That's my whole deal.
Oh, you mean in game? Okay.
Yeah.
I meant IRL.
No.
Where you are
IRL? No.
Not
Hold on a second. Pants. Everybody knows Raiders don't wear pants.
Well, I mean, obviously.
Right?
Why would you? What is the point of wearing pants?
Exactly. Nobody. So you don't wear pants out of game or IRL, but in game you have to wear pants. I don't get it. Makes no sense.
It's fine.
But you can hide everything else. I actually checked that out earlier today for some stupid reason because I was streaming and I was being dumb. So it was fun. Well, welcome everybody. Welcome Twitch chat. Welcome to everybody out there, and thanks again for hanging out with us. We will talk a lot about 8.2 today. Because there's just a lot of it.
8.2? What's that? I haven't heard anything about that at all.
No, and we haven't been talking about this since BlizzCon either.
Yeah. Man, it has been quite the ride. And now the ride is continuing.
The hype train keeps going.
Well, the hype train never stops.
No, but we've been on the 8.2 hype train since November.
Yes.
And when you think about that, it's been 7 months of hype, and now we finally get the results of that.
No wonder I'm so tired.
And so we have a new cinematic, and I'll just kind of play the video portion of that for folks that were, and it's all kind of jittery. I'm sorry.
That is a good cinematic, though.
It is. It's not bad. It's.
You always know there's going to be something coming because, like, the day or two beforehand, Taryn's like hinting really, really hard on Twitter at something.
Right, and I think
okay.
I think he actually retweeted a tweet that he made in April, saying that something that he made was going to actually happen and be in game at some point, and then he was like, "And it's coming tomorrow," or whatever it was. So yeah. Yeah, the hype train is real.
Can we talk about that now, or do we have to wait?
What?
The cinematic.
You want to talk about that now? Well, you can talk about that now.
Well, I know, but that's not the structure of the show. I don't want to mess with the structure.
It's just us two.
That's true.
We could do whatever we want.
can I do whatever I want, or can we do whatever we want?
We can do whatever we want.
Oh, so I have to make okay.
I kind of don't want to let you off the chain quite yet because I'm never quite sure.
No, and I think that's important for our relationship.
Boundaries. That's what it's all about.
No, I mean no.
It's all about boundaries.
I meant unpredictability. But boundaries are good too.
Okay. Okay. All right.
Sure.
So what did you think about the cinematic?
So, okay, there's this.
Do you want to describe it at all, or?
Well, no, I'm gonna
Okay.
So there's this part where you see like the underwater castle, and it must be. I haven't asked yet, but it absolutely must be paying homage to that very early scene in The Little Mermaid. You know how it starts? You know, the dudes on the boat, they're singing about mermaids and they're bringing fish up into the boat. And then this one fish.
As they do. Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
And this one fish escapes and then he goes under the water and he's like, oh God, thank God I didn't die. And then he swims down. And then it's dark. And then all of a sudden it's very light because you see like King Trident's like castle in the distance. And I feel like that scene inspired the scene, and it looks very similar. And I love that because like this whole, not the whole cinematic, but just the underwater parts with the Shara and stuff.
Yeah.
It's like a really metal Little Mermaid.
See, now I'm thinking that it's been way too long since I've seen Little Mermaid, and I'm confusing it with Finding Nemo, parts of it. So, because when you said the little fish was caught and then it got away and swam down, I was picturing it swimming down into the net more with the other group of fish, and then no, that didn't.
That's not what I meant.
That didn't happen
at all. No. Yeah, it didn't. No,
and I know it didn't happen that way, but still, it's just been too long.
I know that you can't control your thoughts sometimes.
Right.
That might be like a mental issue that you need to work on.
Yes, I may be mental. You're correct.
Maybe. I'm not sure. But yeah. And I love the way Queen Ashara is looking into a waterfall like it's a mirror.
Oh, yes.
I thought that was just mwah! Like it was so like artistic. And like you can't even see her actual face. You just see the reflection of her face in the water. And she's like, you know, touching the water with her hand and so
right. And then then you have, and I don't know how she got the Tide Stone, but she got the Tide Stone somehow. I'm sure there's a question about that. I'm sure there's a question about the mist. That's what I have a question about, actually. The mist that is with her.
I thought that was the old god that she was chilling with.
Nazoth? We've seen his big eye in the last thing, in the last raid, right? I mean, he's not necessarily, I don't know if he turns into a mist or not. Maybe somebody can.
But like, didn't he get like trapped somehow? And now he's like, I'm just mist now. And she's like, you must be so frustrated because you're trapped. And he's like, oh man, it sucks being mist. Yeah, maybe. And she's like, yeah, well, too bad.
I mean, you know, that's what I was thinking, but I'm not 100% because I don't know how old gods work. I thought they were just big blobs on the earth that were sucking out the juices. I don't know how.
Well, you're not wrong. They do, like, they are big blobs that suck juice.
Right.
Also, sponges are a lot like that as well, like a sea sponge. Also, like leeches, which are also found in the water. So yeah, totally. But it's definitely Nazoth, and
everybody in the chat room seems to agree that it's probably Nazoth. And I wasn't really too concerned about it. I figured that it might be him.
You should be concerned.
But maybe it's not. Maybe it's something else. I don't know.
No, it's definitely him because they're chilling together, and she is his queen and he is her god, and you know what? I ship it. It's fine.
Right.
You know.
Right. Yeah.
That'd be cute.
It's okay. And then you have
story for the ages.
So and then in the cinematic you also have the ships coming down into the you know, like she shoots up the spray and there's a really cool sound effect that goes along with that. And then then it becomes Niagara Falls kind of in a circle, and then I
don't know why they didn't put in like a toilet flushing sound.
That would have been cool.
Hilarious.
That would have been great.
Somebody do that, please.
Yeah.
Patrick.
What?
Nothing.
Okay.
Oh, there it is again.
So then the ships fall down, and it's a great cutscene with Gen, Greymane, kind of going.
And that's another thing that happened in The Little Mermaid. Oh my God!
Gen Greymane showed up.
Well, no, but
that's weird.
At the end, spoilers, but at the end, Ursula, she gets real big, right? Like, mega sized, and then she like swirls around the trident that she stole, and she like makes the sea go away in like this big like hole, and then the ship goes in it.
Look at that. That also happened in the Pirates movie.
Did it?
Pirates of the Caribbean. Yeah, it's like the third one or fourth one or seventh one or whatever. I don't know.
I feel like
one of those ones.
There's a lot of tropes in like nautical stuff.
Yeah, there's only so much stuff that can happen on the water. One is falling off the edge of the world, and that is one of the things that happens in this cinematic.
But it would be really cool if one of the bases or if this was somewhat at least based on The Little Mermaid specifically.
Right.
Because the more I think about it, there's like a lot of similarities, but it's just like way more metal than the 80s version.
Right.
But yeah, I love it.
It was good. It was good. Actually, there are so many cinematics actually right away in 8.2 for those folks out there, because you not only do you land there, you also have to go scouting around there and find out some more things. That's get the initial questing done. And I think there's another one or two cinematics there, and then you have to go over to Mechagon, and there's more stuff over there.
Yes. So
and then there's the Azeroth stuff. Oh my gosh, there's the Azerite, the heart of the all of that. Heart of Azeroth and the Mechagon. So there's a bunch of stuff.
There's a lot of stuff. I watched you play this afternoon on stream. And then I got to play some myself. I just met an Unshackled, which is like a mer goblin.
Yes.
I love it.
And they're very nice over there. The mer goblins are very nice.
Yeah, they really are. I like them.
They're sweet. And I don't know if I like that about goblins. I always think they should be a little cranky.
I agree with that. They should be like a little sarcastic, a little untrustworthy, a little rough around the edges.
Like, what are you doing, pal? Huh? Give me some money.
Yeah.
Give me all your gold.
Time is money, friend.
Time is money, friend. Yeah.
Sounds like hanging out in New York. Except it's more like, get out of my damn way. I'm like, I'm sorry.
Right. Oh, sorry.
I'm sorry.
How very Canadian of you.
Well, I am. I'm sorry.
Yes, you are.
But yeah, I think I hope that we get the option to play as a mergoblin at some point. Just maybe like an allied race. I mean, of course, right? Well, like High Mountain Taurens are just Taurens with moose antlers. So mergoblins are just goblins with mer, right?
With mer? Yes. Yeah. Yes. Of course they are. It's just a different skin of the goblin. Yes. I agree.
Yeah, so that'd be cool.
I think what people are really looking forward to, though, is Vulpera, and I think that there's been enough hinting around with the Vulpera so that all the Horde players are like chomping at the bit for that one, and I don't know, but I don't know who, if anybody, on the Alliance side would go, you know what? How about we become an allied race for the Alliance? I just don't see it. I don't know who it is.
No idea.
Me either.
No, I have no idea.
I don't either.
I guess I don't really think about the Alliance too much unless they're in my way. You know what I'm saying?
Sure. I gotcha.
Or if they've got my flag.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
I gotcha. Yep.
No, just take them down, Patrick.
One of the things that I was really surprised about today, when I was playing through Nazjatar, I was surprised at how many elites there were, and about how many times I died.
Well,
I was pretty. I've got an okay character, pretty good strength, 400 eye level, and it's not really a slouch by any means, but I was getting my butt handed to me, and I'm like, maybe I should buddy up with somebody or something, or maybe I'm missing something. No, I didn't. But maybe I should. And then I just started going where other people were and killing the same mobs that they were, and then it was fine.
Right.
So.
Well, I mean, maybe you just answered your own question. You're just going the wrong way, Pat. I mean, that's the problem. Maybe it's you. You never assume that it's you. You're always like, it's the game's fault.
No. I assumed that it was me pretty much right away. But then after a while, I'm like going, well, maybe it's not me.
I don't know, because Ian's always telling me that you're calling him all hours. We're like, Ian,
well, but
this
that's
game, like, you got to fix it. And he's like, you're just doing it wrong, Patrick.
Technically,
You won't listen to him.
Technically, that's not calling him up and asking him questions. That's what's known as stalking. And I think that I should probably knock that off.
Don't you dare. No, okay.
I should probably knock that off because that's,
The last thing I asked him was if we could get the El Polo Loco, the magic rooster egg. I want those back. I want the cards back. I want that to be available in game. I would like to ride the chicken with the fanny pack, the magic rooster. I love that mount. It's going for $900 on eBay right now. $900, Patrick.
Oof.
It used to be $300.
Well, inflation,
Oh.
That's what happens, I guess.
Please.
And speaking of mounts, so there were a couple of cool things with some of the mount stuff. Like earlier today, the Super Secret Society Guild thing, Discord.
Oh yeah.
They found out how to trap one of the seahorses, one of the seahorse mounts, or how to get it for your mount. And you have to take a selfie with it. That's
really?
It. Yeah, that's it. That's the whole thing.
I can do that.
Right.
I take selfies with everything.
Yeah. So that's the big secret on that one.
Okay.
No, it's not that's just kind of a nice little thing. But the Secret Society Discord or whatever it's called, those guys found out what it was.
Of course. They know everything. I'm convinced they could figure out probably anything if they put their minds to it.
Well, they figured out Hive Mind.
That's true.
That was pretty intense.
Nothing is harder than that, except for that unicorn. Remember that black unicorn with all of the stuff? Yeah. I never even.
I was looking today at I used to be pretty good about mounts. Like through Wrath, I was like mount collecting and doing okay and everything like that. I think it was just I waited for the sand drake too many damn times, and I said screw it, and never got back into it. After that, I mean, I still have like 200 mounts or whatever, but boy, that pales in comparison to a lot of people. So
it really does.
Right, and I've even gotten mounts given to me, which has been amazing. And I thanked people profusely for that.
Who's giving you mounts?
I don't know. People in the guild.
Just people.
They pity me because they pity me because they know that I don't have a ginormous mount collection, and so then they're like, well, here, let me just give you one thing, and then you can shut up for a while.
I think that's just what happens when you're a WoW celebrity. People are just like, I'm going to get Pat Krane and mount, and he's going to notice me.
I don't think so.
Notice me step by.
I don't think so. Yeah. I think you have to also be a nice guy, or gal.
Never mind then.
Whatever.
Never mind then. But speaking of mounts, now we've got mount equipment, Patrick.
Oh, dude. Yeah.
Yes.
So mount equipment, and that was cool because I got a thing in the mail today for water walking. And
because we both have the water strider.
Yeah. Because we took the time to do the rep grind through time walking and other means.
I only had that because before Legion, I was boning up on Reddit. That's a word. I was boning up on Reddit, and somebody said, you have to have the water strider if you want to do well in Legion. And I was like, oh no, because I didn't have it. So I went and got it before Legion dropped. And when Legion dropped, you didn't need it that much, honestly.
Not really.
Not really.
I got it because I was actually fishing. But yeah,
okay.
but I did that a month ago or whatever, 2 months ago, whatever it was.
Right.
Not at the time because
No,
It was
I
too much
didn't.
work at the time, but
Yeah, this is way
you know,
too much work.
a couple months ago, I'm okay. I can fish a little bit, I suppose.
It's
But
fine, I guess.
and then there was the time walking thing, which you know always helps with rep and all that kind of stuff, and
Yes.
that's always nice. That brings me to something that I want to bring up. I was going to bring this up at the top of the show, but then we switched over to 8.2, but now I'm going to switch it back
Okay.
to time walking
Oh.
because I have a problem with time walking.
Tell me your problem. Let's work this out together.
I hate it. Hate is a strong word. Hate is a strong word. I don't mind time walking so much, except that I play a healer. Right?
Uh-huh.
And so as a healer, we figure out pretty quick if our tank actually knows what's going on or not. So you get the tanks that think they know where to go, and they clearly don't, because you're like, nope, you don't go to the right, you go to the left. And then you get this pack and that pack and that pack, and you leave the other ones on the other side, but you're getting everything, and I don't get what's going on. You're just wasting my time. Thanks a lot.
Right.
And especially BC time walking, I hate it. I really hate that stuff. As a healer, like mana tombs, like screw that noise.
Nobody knows how to do mana
Screw
tombs.
that noise. I hate that. And then you have all of the stuns and whatnots in all of the BC dungeons. Like everything just goes awry. And if you don't have a good tank or understand what interrupting is, then stuff happens. And many wipes occurred. And
Okay, so
I have an issue. That's all I'm saying.
I can see your issue, and I actually never thought about this before. But like, you're totally right, because time walking, if you haven't been playing since vanilla, there's no guarantee that you're going to know how to do these dungeons.
Right.
And when new dungeons come out in an expansion and everybody's, doing current content, there are a few weeks where a dungeon will come out or a raid will come out, and people, have to face the learning curve and deal with tanks who are learning. And, there's definitely a grace period. Like 1 or 2 weeks, you kind of expect, if you're running with pugs, that your tank might not know what they're doing.
Yep.
But that's okay because it just dropped. But with time walking, it's different all the time. So there's no guarantee that this tank, has been playing since Kata. There's no guarantee that this tank has ever done this dungeon at all. And maybe this tank did do this dungeon the last time these dungeons were up, but that was like a couple months ago.
Sure. Well, and the other thing is... maybe they're not normally a tank. And so then they're playing like a DPS, not like a tank. They're trying to get maximum damage instead of worrying about defensives. And that is a big problem, because then they start relying on the healer. And I'm like, there's only so much I can do. There's a great phrase that I use often in my head. I don't actually say this to people because it's mean. I don't actually say it because it's mean, but I think it in my head when I'm playing with these people, and it's, I can't heal stupid.
You're going to get banned.
That's the whole thing. It's like, that's what I say in my head. I don't say it out loud. I don't type it in a chat because I'm a nice guy and I don't do it. But in my head, I'm just like, I can't heal this. I can't heal through this. If you stand in the fire, you're going to die. If you don't use defensives and you're fighting a boss, you might die. Who knows?
Yeah, probably.
And especially if I get stunned for 7 seconds or whatever it is. In a BC dungeon.
7 seconds
awful.
is like an eternity. No, I never thought of that, because like with time walking dungeons, I know those dungeons better than current content for sure. So
yeah,
I just yeet it and it doesn't matter. But I'm not a healer, and I don't, dealing with the tank isn't so bad.
Right.
Just because I know those dungeons like the back of my hand. So no, I totally get it. And I'm sorry that you have to put up with that. That's a real thing.
Rooster in chat feels me. He says, as a healer, I don't heal bad players. And as a general rule, neither do I. I try to keep everyone alive as I can, but especially if you have a bad tank or something like that, where you're just like, going heal after heal after heal after heal. I mean, you're just spamming heals into the tank and nobody else. Then all the other players are probably going to die.
Gotcha.
At some point, it could happen, and then that's when I say, "All right, I've had enough. Thank you very much for the fun. and goodbye. And I just get out of there. I'm like, I gotta go. I can't.
You just like stand up, shove your chair to the side.
Like if we wipe a couple of times and I'm like going, no, you know what? I just can't do it. I just disappear. I just like fade into the distance. And I'm like, see you later, guys. And then you hear me skedaddle away like a Scooby-Doo cartoon with the
like a frightened possum in the night.
And then yeet out of there. Yep.
Yeah, you just gotta yeet, you know? Like it's either yeet or get yeeted. It's a yeet or yoted kind of world.
Right.
Well, I'm glad that you brought that up. I think that's important too.
Especially BC time walking. It's any other week usually is fine. It's fine. It's BC stuff, especially because of the particular nastiness that those dungeons have in them.
Oh, they're not so bad.
Well, no, they're not so bad, but they are bad enough so that it presents a challenge, especially to healers that get, stunned and whatnot. So,
sure.
So there.
Well,
and then if you go into one of the other ones, if you go into, I can't remember which one. Is it Manitombs where you have all those void guys, the blueberry the blueberries,
guys,
and you have to get them one at a time. If you grab more than one of them, you're pretty much gonna fight forever.
So. Yeah.
The guy grabbed 3 of them. He grabbed 3 of them.
Old school gauntlets, man.
He grabbed 3 of them, and I'm like, this is not how we play this game. It's not how we do it here, guys.
This is not how we play WoW.
This is not how not to WoW. Okay, I'm sorry.
Well,
I'm sorry. Enough of the rant.
It's my turn to rant because I too have an issue.
What is your issue?
I don't often have issues, but I do have one.
What's your issue?
Well, it only just popped up a little while ago. So it has to do with some of the mount equipment. Mm-hmm. Like we said, we got the water walking. So since we already had the Striders, we got the water walking in the mail, and you just equip that in your slot, and any mount that you're on, anyone at all, has water walking, no problem. You don't have to re-equip it. I checked.
Right.
You can switch between mounts without putting it back on.
Yep.
I think it's just in there. And so that was cool for like 5 minutes, and I was just like running around on top of the water and stuff. But okay, here's my issue. This is just one more thing that allows us great utility out in the world. Like, sure. We're gonna get flying soon, so we don't have to worry about anything. Other mount equipment prevents you from getting dazed. It prevents you from falling to your death if you slip off a cliff. And it, like there's always been like spells. I think it's the shaman spell that you can like breathe underwater or walk
shaman
underwater.
Shaman has water walking. Warlock has underwater breathing.
Oh, okay. Well,
right?
Either way, I'm getting sick of being able to easily navigate the world because I've heard in multiple shows and even Blizzard content that they consider the world, like Azeroth, to be like the biggest, most important character in World of Warcraft. Like
sure.
That's why they call it World of Warcraft. It's an open world that you can go and explore and have all these experiences in. And, I hate to sound like a cranky old man on my front porch brandishing a rake or something.
Get off my lawn!
Like, back in my day, you would fall
throwing
off a
out
cliff.
One of those. Look out.
Yeah.
Wait, what was that?
You would fall off a cliff. Back in my day, you would fall off a cliff, and then you would have to figure out how to find your dead body on the cliff. And it would take ages. And sometimes you just simply could not get back to your body, and you would just have to go to the graveyard and deal with it and deal with the red sickness. And you would be forced to like run through the forest, and a lot of the time like you wouldn't even have a mount. And if you were playing mage, then Slowfall was really, really helpful, and Blink was really, really helpful. You remember like you would get that trinket, that carrot on a stick, and you'd go just a little bit faster on your mount, and it changed everything.
Changed your world, yeah.
Yeah, and like I'm not trying to brag, but like from where I'm coming from, like I got the Explorer title before flying. Like I wasn't doing any current content at the time because I didn't know how to raid, but that's what I was doing. That was what I was into, and now like I've got this cool, like, I'll go to certain places in the world and they won't be special, they won't be significant in any way, except I'll remember the first time I saw them, and it'll bring me back like 5-10 years ago. And it just I'm not the biggest fan of flying because it just makes things way too convenient. And mainly, like, my problem with it is that we're missing so much, like just the detail on the ground and the plants and the flowers and the random things that you walk into that are fun and quirky. And like this water walking thing is just yet one more thing. And I know, water striders have been around for ages and water mounts and whatever, but now everybody can have this, on any mount. Sure. And it's that much easier. And I'm not saying like it's a game changer or anything like that, but it just seems like every few expansions, it just gets a little bit easier to travel. Yeah, well, I don't know how I feel about that.
And don't forget, it's not just to play off of you a little bit. It's not just water walking, and it's not just flying or anything like that. It's also things like easier flight paths, which has been pretty nice for exploring stuff and whatever. I mean, there are lots of flight paths, and especially if you guys have been playing Classic at all, and then switching back between BFA and Classic, you just realize what the night and day difference is when it comes to traveling, because in Classic you don't even have a mount until level 40, and the flight points are few and far between, so you're running all over the place. And in BFA you have lots of flight pants. Yes, flight pants. No, you have lots of flight points. You also have the whistle. And so you could just like, I'm just gonna call them out here and go to the nearest flight point or flight pant. Fine. I'm gonna go to the nearest flight pants and go off on my journeys somewhere.
Yeah, I would love a flying mount that was just pants.
I hear you. I hear what you're saying.
Yeah. And I know that I'm going to get a lot of, I like flying. I think I like being able to traverse easily. It makes me more likely to play the game if I don't have to deal with X, Y, and Z out in the world. And I totally get that. Like, this is just my opinion on it. And
sure.
I don't know. I just like falling off a cliff back in the day and or trying to walk up a mountain because you don't understand the map and you keep like sliding down because you can't go up that way. It's not fun.
Well, but we've had that in this expansion already. I mean, we have had a chance to explore. I know that I've had my different points where I was trying to go around a mountain the wrong way and ran into some trouble every once in a while.
Sure.
But
and it's not fun in the moment, of course not. But I just a lot of the cool things that I discovered on my own and the places and just like how beautiful World of Warcraft is, I discovered because I was just road tripping it, and I'm worried that that's going to go away. But I also understand that flying and water walking are very popular, and for everybody who's happy about those things in this expansion, that's awesome.
Thyst, they ruined this game a long time ago. If you're really gonna put it that way, they ruined this game ages ago. It's like
that chicken is $900.
When BC came out, they introduced flying, and it was over. The whole kit and caboodle was just done. That's why now you'll be able to play Classic starting August 27th. So you'll have that at least, which is something, maybe.
Can't wait to go back in time.
Gotta get back in time.
Gotta get back in time.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Good thing I was on the right page of my sound effects.
You have multiple pages? Oh my goodness.
I do. It's crazy. It's stupid.
Yeah, well.
Man. So there's your flying. And so, once again, flight is coming in 8.2, and it should only take a few weeks for you to get it if you're managing your reps well. Make sure to do all your dailies for Mechagon and Nazjatar, and for your little buddy.
Mecha back. That's funny.
It was only funny because it was so bad.
Oh, well, at least it's something.
It's something. But so make sure to do all that stuff because basically it's just rep at this point.
Yeah, pretty much.
So
just,
that's
make sure your war campaign's done.
That part is nice. Yeah, war campaign and reps. All of your reps to revered.
To explore areas.
Yes, exploration and all that kind of stuff. But that'll come with the Mechagon and the Nazjatar rep that you guys are going to be getting. So not such a bad deal on that one.
No, it's fine.
The what did you think? Were you able to get into Nazjatar quite a bit or just a little bit?
Just a little bit, just up until I met that Unshackled. But first impressions, it's beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. Oh,
That's
I
awesome.
love it so much so far. And I really wish that people would stop throwing harpoons at me because good golly.
I know. Can
you
just stop it? Ugh.
Enough with the harpoons.
All the
any other weapon.
All the Naga harpoons getting
Right?
yucked my way is not fun.
Nunchucks, swords, spears, sure, but harpoons, that's just
all it does is
cool.
blast me away, and I can't do anything about it.
I know that's like a 3-pronged thing. At least a spear is a one thing, But 3, that's a little substantial.
That's 2 more.
That is 2 more.
That is
for the
2
price of
more
one.
prongs.
I appreciate that.
Oh,
These
boy.
snake dudes throwing their tridents at me.
Ugh. Ugh. It's terrible.
for one time.
It's terrible.
One time. Just give me a sec. Yeah.
But there is a lot going on. So it's beautiful in Nazjatar, and when you get your little buddy, you have your little bodyguard quest things that you can do. There's actually little dailies that you can do with your buddies, and make sure to level those guys up too, because you got to get them up to level 3 or something like that. So.
Oh. So is this BFA's version of the war table? What was it called? The table with the quests on it? I can't even remember now.
I don't know what the official name is in my head. I don't know. Maybe the chat room will know.
Yeah, chat room. What's that table called?
But
is that this expansion's version of that?
No, because this expansion already has that version of it, doesn't it? I mean, with the
No,
actual.
it doesn't.
I guess it's the quests and stuff like that. The quest table or the war table.
Oh yeah, kind of. I don't know. The boat one.
It's kind of like
one
that.
On the boat.
But this one is where you actually call one of your buddies up and then they fight by your side. Very poorly, by the way.
Well, they should.
If you're counting on them for anything whatsoever at this point, when they're only level 1, you're going to be sorely disappointed because they don't do jack. Like I grabbed the guy that I thought was going to be the tank, and I'm like, I could use a tank. He looks like he will be a tank at some point. And so I grabbed him. I'm like, all right, let's go, little buddy. And I was expecting him to do a lot more, but he was like, remember that hunter quest in Legion where you have to teach the little one how to hunt, and they can't do it at all, and so then you have to hunt like 30 or 40, 50 things, whatever it is. It's basically like that. That's kind of what I'm comparing it to. Like they're pretty useless.
Any Pokemon trainer would know that you can't expect a lot out of a level 1.
I suppose. I suppose. So there's that. The little buddy quests are a little pain in the butt, but
maybe you shouldn't call them little buddy. Maybe that's the problem.
My buddy.
If you called me little buddy, I'd actually probably really like that. You can call me that.
Hey, little buddy.
Yeah. Hey, Pat.
Hey, little buddy, let's go on some quests. Okay.
I sound like that. That's me.
There you go. What else is going on in 8.2?
I don't know.
So I'm sure that there's a bunch. Actually, I know that there's a bunch because I actually have a placard with all of the stuff on it that I'll put up on the screen right now. And the new zones, we don't quite have the new dungeon yet or the new raid that's coming very, very soon. The Heart of Azeroth thing. We have the essence. We get one essence now, and then others down the line. So
I've got so much essence though.
yeah, but it's not the right kind.
Oh.
Right.
Why does everybody keep telling me that?
Yeah, because it's true. And then we also have, I know that a bunch of people are on their Heritage Armor quests today for Gnome and Tauren. And the Gnome one, okay, so I was kind of giving the Gnome one some guff.
You did not like that.
I
Have you
didn't
changed
like
your
it.
mind?
It looked, I mean, from the pictures that I saw, and I only saw pictures, I didn't see the 3D rendering whatsoever. It kind of looked like it was just a gnome in a little cardboard cosplay thing. And I'm like, this looks kind of weird, right? But if you go and you turn them around, which is the way that you're going to actually look at this gnome for the most part when you're playing them, right? There are a bunch of gears and stuff like that on the back, and I'm like, okay, all right. It's a step in the right direction.
As much as I don't like gnomes, it's cool. It's like steampunky, you know.
The Tauren one is much better, I think. But
yeah.
Those shoulder pads,
gorgeous.
those shoulders are awesome.
Yeah.
Ah.
Oh man.
Ah.
So beautiful.
So good. So awesome. And then let's see what else. What else is going on? Oh, let me put up the placard again.
Yeah, please.
There it is.
I didn't know you had a placard. This
Yeah.
is new.
We have the let's see. Oh yeah, we have some new islands coming up and the new heroic Warfront, which I have yet to try. I don't think is it up as a heroic right now? I'm not sure. Not for Horde.
I don't know.
Not for Horde. I know that much.
I'm looking at that new arena and the new epic battleground, which is not new, but you know,
Ashran is not new, but Ashran is coming back, which is interesting. I wonder if people will remember how to play it.
I don't.
Yeah, I don't either.
WoD was a long time ago.
Yeah. But I mean, there's lots of new profession stuff. There's lots of new mounts, which is just insane. Like the wheel mount and all the mechano mounts and stuff like that.
And the crab mount, Patrick.
And the crab mount, but you got a lot of grinding to do if you're gonna get that crab.
I'm never gonna get it.
Never gonna get it. Never gonna get it. Never gonna get it. Nope.
Thank you so much for doing that.
You're never gonna
get it. Never gonna get it.
Yeah, there's in Mechagon Island area, there's the new thing which is junkyard tinkering, which you can do to assemble the Mechanocat laser pointer thing, new mount, and your trinket, the new cool trinket with the punch cards. And so you can actually kind of customize this trinket a little bit by making different punch cards and then putting that into the trinket, and then that changes it. So
there's so
cool.
much.
I know.
It's like Christmas in June, July.
Yeah. It's almost July. It's almost July.
Yeah.
But they have to do it that way because we're going to be going on a break here in the States, and we'll need to fill our time with something else other than, barbecues and fun times outdoors. Ugh.
What do you mean fun times outdoors?
I mean, that was in air quotes. I did.
Nobody actually wants to socialize with anybody.
I know. It's horrible.
We gotta play WoW.
That's my social life. Yep.
Yeah, me too.
So, I mean, it is kind of overwhelming though.
It really is. But these are typical feelings for a large patch. Like once a large patch drops, even if you have, say, been hearing about all of the content at length for 7 months, it's still a lot to take in,
I even played some of it on the PTR and I'm like going, okay, all right. I kind of understand this. I didn't necessarily get too much into any one thing though, because number one, if it's just testing, I don't want to just test. I want to play it. I want it to be on my live character forever because I want my time to mean something instead of just being reset. So there's that. And so then that kind of affects everything else. It's like that's my motivation is just kind of shot after here's the zone. It looks really cool. Okay. I'll check out of here and we'll go to the next place. Sounds good. So
well, good for you, Pat, for doing your part.
I guess it's just going to be tough to remember it all, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to be tough to remember that you got to go do all of the Nazjatar things, all of the Mechagon things, and try to also carve out these essences somehow. And make sure to check out the guides, folks, because there are enough essences where, number one, we can't cover them on the show. There's just too many, right? And these guides actually, there are some guides that will break it down. I think the Icy Veins one breaks it down.
Yeah, by class and spec, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
I was looking at that. This is very helpful.
yes, it is. And so that'll help, hopefully, line you up for whatever the more powerful ones are for you. So hopefully
More power.
I guess. Let's see. Is there anything? Oh, in Nazjatar you can use water mounts on land. They have an
Really?
item. They have an item that you can get
Really?
that allows you to use water mounts on land. So you can use your abysmal seahorse or whatever it is.
I haven't
Is it
used
the
that
abysmal
seahorse.
seahorse? Is that the one? I can't remember.
Something like that.
Yeah, I think that's right. It's abysmal
don't know.
something.
Yeah.
So you can use stuff like that in Nazjatar, which is pretty cool. So, I'm digging it.
I mean, yeah. We're using regular mounts to walk on water. We're using water mounts to walk on land, Pat.
Right.
Everything's out the window. I don't know.
We're transmogging everything invisible except our pants these days.
Except the pants.
And Caverns of Time is back on the in the portal menu.
Delicious.
So it's back. That's back in the portal rooms. Caverns of Time.
Great.
So
I mean, I always find myself needing to go there anyway.
So stop complaining, everybody.
Oh, that'll never happen.
No. I wonder what the new thing is on the forums right now.
Oh, I can't wait to find out.
I guess maybe we will. Not tonight. Not tonight.
No,
Not
but
tonight.
soon.
Yes.
Yes.
Let's see. I know that there was something else. There, benthic gear. Blah, blah, blah. You kind of start doing that stuff. No, I think I covered everything. Is there anything? Is there anything that we're missing as far as you can see?
I mean, absolutely, but this.
I mean, as far as like brief overview and all that kind of stuff, initial thoughts.
No, I think we're good. There's
Okay.
there's so much. It literally only dropped a few hours ago at this point.
Yeah.
At time of recording, and
It hasn't even dropped for the UK yet.
yeah.
Come on.
So after probably around the weekend, Monday, next Tuesday, all of the things that are most important and all of the things that people are upset about will definitely come to light, and then we can speak to that. But my initial impressions, I didn't play that much yet, but my initial impressions are very good. I'm really, really excited to explore these new zones, and I think they're beautiful, and I think the story is so intriguing at this point.
It does seem pretty cool, and I'm kind of looking forward to seeing where it's going. And again, we should have more information later about what's broken as we look at the forums and stuff like that, because I'm sure that there's a bunch of stuff going on over there. And next week, I hope to have a top 10 list of best things of patch 8.2. I didn't get it together before today because I really wanted to play it first to understand it a little bit better. So there's that.
I love top 10s.
But for now, I think we'll skip away from World of Warcraft and we'll actually go to Diablo?
Which doctor?
What?
This doctor.
Yes. Apparently, there was a new thing. There's a new article about Diablo 4.
Wait, is that a thing?
Well, it's not a thing yet, right? But it's a thing in Blizzard HQ somewhere. It's a.
Oh, you think?
It's a thing, and apparently, according to Le Monde, which is a French gaming place where they it's all about French language.
What? A French gaming place?
Yes. They actually wrote something about that, and they said Diablo 4 and the new Overwatch game are in development, but they've already been. Sorry. Teams at Blizzard Entertainment have already been presented with the long-awaited Diablo 4 and know that a new Overwatch game is in development. That's what Le Monde says.
Right.
But neither of these two games will be released before 2020. That's what Le Monde says.
Well, Kotaku leaked the new Overwatch game a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
And I think that they did mention it coming out in 2020, which is fair enough. Like that seems like enough time.
Right. I mean, they got to wait for BlizzCon to announce it.
Of course.
So,
and then, November, December 2020.
I just want them to open up with that. I want them to open up with a 4, kind of like they did a few years ago at BlizzCon when they had the dice or the die, the 4-sided die. And everybody was like,
cool.
4-sided die, that's really cool. What's going on? Nothing was going on. That's what it was.
I love getting trolled by Blizz. It feels so good, man.
And now what they need to do is they need to do a countdown. But you know how they normally do for BlizzCon, how they normally have the countdown of when it's going to start. But then on 4, right before the show, they should have the 4 in like a Diablo style graphic.
And then there's a bunch of fire.
And then 3, 2, 1, and just listen to the crowd light up.
Pyrotechnics. And then Tenacious D ascends from the ceiling.
Well, okay. That sounds pretty good. But
the Plane Explosivo.
So what do you think? Do you think announcement at BlizzCon and then early 20? I mean, I hope that it's early 2020. I hope that they say Diablo 4 is done right now. Here it is. But that's probably not going to happen.
Yeah, I don't think so. I fully expect every single IP to have a major update this year. Mm-hmm. I think that all of the updates are going to be wicked sweet. Like we already know what Overwatch's is. Overwatch 2, Electric Boogaloo. Can't wait. It's going to be awesome. I don't know.
So,
they're going to announce a new expansion for WoW, and they're gonna announce Diablo 4 for sure. They can't not,
and maybe even something for Overwatch as well. Will I hope, but I understand.
A new hero would be nice.
Actually, happen, yeah. And maybe something for. Well, of course there would be something for Hearthstone, but
I think every game is going to get something major this year.
I don't know about Heroes of the Storm, but that's always kind of like the one thing that I'm always like, I just don't know how Heroes of the Storm fits anymore. And
maybe they'll bring it back.
Hopefully, I really hope so. I want that thing to succeed if at all possible. So, of
course,
I'm rooting for them. I really am.
I'm rooting for all the games. I'm rooting for BlizzCon this year. I feel like last BlizzCon was a little lackluster just because this one is going to be so incredible.
This one had better be epic. Otherwise, I'm going to rage.
No, you won't.
I'm going to rage anyway.
You won't. You'll just cry.
Yeah,
I'm going to find you behind the Hilton. Crying again.
I know.
I'm like, what's wrong? You're like, I want to talk about it.
That happens every year, though.
You close up when you're crying, like you really should just let it out.
Right. I just need to bring a box of Kleenex and just kind of, hang out for I need to hang out for just a little bit and just kind of let it wash over me,
You just let me embrace you. It'll be fine. I don't know why you're so opposed to hugging me. It's just like, is it a me thing? Do I smell weird?
Tough. It's tough when you're emotional to do all that stuff. And I don't want to get, snot on your shoulder or anything like that.
Of course. So. And I would really hate for that to happen to me because it's absolutely disgusting. But
Right.
Yeah.
So, yeah. BlizzCon's going to be boring this year.
Oh, yeah. So boring.
So boring. So that's kind of the Diablo news, is that they just said, oh, yeah, Blizzard's already seen Diablo 4. They've seen it internally. And it's not going to be released anytime soon. And you're like, well, yeah.
It's going to be amazing.
And it's funny because all the big magazines, they don't really understand what BlizzCon is. Well, or at least their readers don't really understand what BlizzCon is. BlizzCon is the thing. So they've got to wait for the thing because they're not doing anything else. They're not going to E3. They're not doing Gamescom stuff, right?
Right. They're not going to Gamescom at all.
So they're just saving it all for BlizzCon.
And who wouldn't? You know, if I had my own convention, I wouldn't give other convention stuff.
This one's going to be a face melter. I have a feeling. So
I know it. I know it to be true.
Just be looking
I feel
for
it in my heart and in my loin.
And in the one loin? Okay, great.
Yeah, wait. Why don't I get two?
We'll move on to Hearthstone.
Well met.
So in Hearthstone news, there was a new article this week, and it was about developer insights talking about class identity. And I thought it was a really good article for Hearthstone, especially. And, World of Warcraft, Ian was talking about this in his video last week about what do classes and specs mean for World of Warcraft, and how can we build more personal identity for each class and maybe move more that way instead of as an overall spec.
Oh, yes.
More spec stuff. It's going to be more class stuff now. That's the way the pendulum is swinging. And here we see kind of a, I think we got away from what our classes mean, so let's get back to it and really kind of hone in on what those different, rogue means this, hunter means this, warlock means this. And so they made some decisions based on that for their Hall of Fame cards. Mm-hmm. And I think that everybody who hates rogues will love this move. That Vanish is now going to be gone. It's going to be going to the Hall of Fame. So the one that returns all the minions everywhere back to the owner's hands, that one's going away. They said that's too easy.
Perfect. I mean,
so
yeah.
So you're gonna have to get rid of them the old-fashioned way, one at a time. So that's the biggest one. The other one is like Mind Blast from priests, and that's not that big of a deal.
No, not as big as
Vanish. Vanish just takes everything and here you go. Here it is back. You already have 8 cards in your hand, but here's another 6 cards back at you, so we'll burn 4 of them. Damn it, rogues!
I mean, I feel bad for rogues sometimes.
No.
They just get a bad rap.
I don't.
Oh.
They have Edwin McCleef. Screw them. I don't know. So that was really the big news for Hearthstone. Anything else for any of the games? That's about all I saw. I mean, the big thing this week is 8.2.
Yes.
Yes.
That is the hugest, biggest thing.
Right.
The Baptiste thing is still going on in Overwatch right now.
Which is good, because that one took me a while to actually get through. But I did get the new epic skin. Yeah.
Congrats.
So
starting this Thursday, you can buy the new Zenyatta skin inspired by Jjonak from
which looks really cool, guys.
Oh yeah. It's 200 Overwatch League tokens, which is $10 USD. And it's octopus themed. Apparently yes. Jjonak is short for a Korean phrase meaning fumbling octopus. Apparently Jjonak also has a very large octopus tattoo somewhere. So he's
I thought
really
you were going to say
octopus.
Something different for a second. I wasn't sure exactly what it was. I wasn't sure where this show was going.
I'm not saying he doesn't. I'm just saying I don't know. but yeah, no, it's a really cool skin, and you can get it starting Thursday, and I think it's only available until the 16th of July, 14th and 16th, something like that. Yeah, but you don't want to pass this up. Like honestly, it's
and you know what that means? That means you got to watch some Overwatch to earn those tokens and stuff like that. So we'll go to Esports right now. Here we go. And basically, we're just going to tell you what's coming up for this weekend. I know that we have a couple of big breaks going on right now because of the July 4th holiday here in the States. And
yeah, that ruins everything.
Yeah, it kind of does. So, I mean, like, WCS summer event is coming up July 12th, the week after. AWC and NA Cups and the KR Cup, too. Those also kick off on July 12th again.
Man, that's ages away.
I know it's a few weeks. It's a few weeks away. So that stuff is kind of off in the distance. We've got Let's see. GSL Season 3 is going to kick off July 3rd. So they're taking a couple of weeks off. They just had their final, though, where Dark beat Trap Fortitude. So congratulations to Dark. And let's see. This weekend, what do we have? We have Owl. So we've got Overwatch League.
Of course. Yes,
and you're wearing your Fuel jersey, which I don't understand.
Hey.
I don't understand that.
I'm not a fair weather fan, Patrick.
Well, maybe you should be. No, I'm just kidding. You don't see me wearing any Houston Outlaws stuff today, do you? No.
No, well.
Because that kind of messes with the green screen behind me, so it's...
Well, yeah.
You know. That's the main reason.
God.
And then, so... What was it? Titans lost this last week. Mm-hmm. That was pretty amazing to the Val. Mm-hmm. To
the Valiant. My goodness.
I know. Like, but the Val are like number 4 or 5 right now, right? So overall for the stage. It's
been quite a trip for the Valiant and for the Valiant fans.
Yeah.
Honestly, like Valiant fans, especially when you're at the Blizz Arena, they are so over the top, crazy passionate, and I feel glad for them, because like my other favorite team is the Gladiators. So
you feel glad for the
that was a bad term.
Yeah,
bad term.
Yeah,
but my other favorite team are the Gladiators, and so I'm supposed to hate Houston and Valiant, but
you like them.
I like them.
It's tough. It's tough to hate in this league because
it really is.
You find some really great players all over the place. So
great players, great coaching staff, and great fans. It's just a friendly esport.
Great quirky little teams like the Hunters.
Yes,
very quirky. So week 4, stage 3 is this weekend for OWL. We also have a return once again of the Hearthstone Grandmasters season 1. This is week 7 for them. And and we also had unfortunately, I know that there's been a lot of kerfuffle about the esports team, just in general.
Which one?
I think just all of it. Like Kim Fan left. Like this last week or whatever.
She yeeted like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, and so she's been gone now, and I know that there's some turmoil kind of surrounding that, and people are saying morale is a little low, and I think part of that is because of Heroes HGC going bye-bye for now.
Yeah, but like taking all that into consideration, though, just like with the Heroes thing and Kim Fan leaving and all that.
Sure.
All things considered,
and
Blizz
Nate Nanzer as well.
Well,
Nate left as well to go do Fortnite, right? And
yeah.
So it's you got a little bit of turnover, and this is the first big test for the esports team, I think.
Sure. But all things considered, Blizz has been really knocking it out of the park as far as esports go, and like Overwatch League is getting bigger and more fabulous than anyone ever predicted. And I don't know, did you see the spring finals of the MDI? Like that was, I've never seen esports like that before. It was
amazing. They actually brought in a sideline reporter this year, which I thought was strange.
Really weird. I mean, I don't know about their choice. Like that was maybe, I don't know, maybe they could have picked differently. I'm not sure, but it was a valiant effort. Bringing some podcaster in.
It was okay.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if Blizz is getting a little desperate dipping into the podcast pool or whatever.
Yeah. Right. So,
I kid.
Yeah. And for those guys that don't understand what we're talking about right now, listen to the last 5-6 weeks of the show.
Yeah.
I think.
Thanks for talking about me so much while I was gone, by the way.
I couldn't help it. I was excited. I was excited for you.
And I felt good. I was listening to that in Australia.
Aww.
Made me feel good.
Aww.
So thank you.
Right. And then did you have any shrimp on the Barbie?
No.
No, of course
I'm
not.
vegan.
You're vegan.
And what is a Barbie? And also everybody told me not to say that explicitly. They're like, do not say shrimp on the Barbie. And I'm like, I don't even know what that is. I would never say that.
That's hilarious. All right. And I think that's where we're going to leave it for today. Anything else? That's it.
Nope.
All right. That's it. All right. So as we get out of here, Thyst, are you doing anything in the next week or whatever? And you want to tell people about? LB is back. Leggy Balls is back.
LB is back as of today. You must listen to it because we are giving away 2 BlizzCon tickets.
Wow.
Yes, that is a big deal. We did something, we gave 3 away last year. And we even had somebody from Australia win a ticket, and they came to BlizzCon because they won.
Wow.
Because they listened to last year's show. So if you need a ticket and you would like the opportunity to win one, you must listen to the show and figure out how to do that.
Right. Well, that's very, very cool. That's awesome. And they can follow you at Thyst03 pretty much everywhere.
Yep.
And then laggingballs.com is your site as well.
Oh, yeah.
And for me, I think I'm probably going to do more streaming for 8.2 because
Yay.
I've got a lot of questing to do, apparently. Especially now. Oof.
Get on that, Patrick.
Lots of world quests to do. Lots of rep to gain. Gotta get flying. So I might as well stream and bring you guys along for the ride. And you can follow me over at Pat Krane with a K over on the tweeters or, pretty much all the social media
Snapchat.
stuff. Yeah, whatever. I haven't used that for a while though, so I don't know. Gotta get back on. I gotta get back on that Snapchat bandwagon. All right, I'm gonna bail on this and I'm gonna play this. And if you would like to follow the show, you can do that at Convert to Raid on the Twitter as well. And make sure to go over to converttoraid.com. That's where we have all the things. We have our audios, our videos, our guild stuffs, and more. It's all over at converttoraid.com, including the Convert to Raid podcast network featuring Lagging Balls and other shows. And I'm working furiously behind the scenes to try to fix up the website a little bit.
Yeah, fix it.
We'll see if I can. I'm a nobody. I'm a schlub when it comes to this stuff.
Oh, stop!
I'm a schlub when it comes to this stuff. That's fine.
What?
That's fine. I count on the on other people being very nice to give me mounts to help me with websites to pretty much all the time. Every single day of my life. I count on the courtesy of others. That's it. So I also need to thank everybody for coming here if I'm going to count on the courtesy of others. So Thyst, thank you very much for joining me.
You're not welcome.
Twitch chat. Oh, I'm not.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. You're so welcome.
And Twitch chat, thank you guys for putting a little spark in the conversation here online. And for all you guys at home or wherever you are, thank you so much for taking us with you. We do appreciate it. And now it's time to get back to work.
Oh.
Yeah. Sorry, but your boss needs you in the conference room in 10 minutes. 10 minutes to the conference room.
Oh,
so you better check your emails and get all your stuff in order. Get your notes together. Did you make the presentation?
No.
Come on! You gotta make the presentation. You only have 10 minutes. Once you in the boardroom.
The boardroom? You said the conference room.
Oh, sorry. It's in the conference room. It's in the conference room. In 10 minutes. You better get your stuff together. That's all I'm saying. All right, for Thyst and myself and everybody over here at Convert to Raid, thank you guys so much once again, and we'll see you next time. Until then, bye-bye, everybody. Bye-bye.